Hi everyone, my name's Lily and I'm the book reviewer behind Utopia State of Mind, and I'm going to be talking to you about the Librofm audiobooks on sale this week for the Indie Bookstore Appreciation Day is actually on the 26th. And so these sales will go for an additional 7 days. I know I'm very late. I'm also basically filming this from like a corner in my closet. Lighting's awful. Not even sure if I'm in frame at this point, but I wanted to get this video out to make sure everyone is aware about all these really fantastic books and the ones that, of course, I'm going to be getting. Before I jump into this video, I just want to quickly talk to you a little bit about the Librofm sale and Librofm in general. So they are an independent audiobook subscription service. Normally you pay $14.99 for 1 credit. You own all the audiobooks that you buy and also you redeem your credits for. And so they also will help provide support for an independent bookstore. You're able to pick your local independent bookstore if you want as well. I've picked Books of Wonder currently. They have these sales, and if you're an active member, you get an additional 30% off, so definitely amazing. You need an account for this, but you do not have to be paying to get any of these books a la carte. You just need an account. And I'm an affiliate for Librofm, so all the codes or all the links down below will be affiliate links. That just means I make a small commission off of that if you buy them. If you don't want to use it, then just search for the books and Librofm yourself. I think that's all to talk about Librofm, except I guess, obviously, if you've been following me for a while, you'll see that I love Librofm. I spend so much money on audiobooks every month. The sales are fantastic. Every month I buy at least one audiobook on sale. I also have credits, so like I truly love Librofm. I love them so much, and they're pairing with independent bookstores specifically for Independent Bookstore Day and sort of week, I guess, at the moment. And I just hope that you all enjoy and support as well. So let's start with I Think They Love You. I actually did a panel with Julian, and I will link that down below. Basically, this is Julian's adult debut, and it's really perfect for people who really love a character who's not really sure what they're doing and really trying to figure out what they want to do, especially when they have all these expectations and a parental force behind them, and they're not sure what they want to do for the future, and when things sort of go not according to plan. By the way, I'm not going to do synopses for these things because I'm trying to keep this quick. I only have about 10 minutes before I need to go. So the next one is that the Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter series is on sale. I'm going to be picking up these books. Basically, I've been having this on my TBR forever. Saga Press just sent me a copy of The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter, so I really want to read this series, and all 3 of them, well, 2 of them are my card. And they're basically historical fiction fantasies that are all connected, so I haven't read what's in the other ones just because I don't want to spoil myself. The next one is Black Heart Man, which is also my TBR. Thank you also to Saga for sending me the hard copy of that one. Basically, Nilo Hopkinson is an author that I have wanted to read for so long. I think I've read one Nilo Hopkinson book around the same time that I was just reading Octavia Butler for the first time. So I'm really excited to jump back into the Nilo Hopkinson world. And so this book is on sale. It's certainly going to be an adult fantasy, and I'm just really excited for that one. The next one is The Final Strife. I actually think that The Final Strife, The Final Strife, The Battle Drum, and The Ending Fire, all 3 of the Final Strife trilogy is on sale, which is such a fantastic deal. I love this trilogy so much. I've been reading Sarah Ellery ever since debut, ever since The Final Strife. You can find a panel, I will link that down below, with Sarah. And these books are fabulous. They're a lot about kind of figuring out what the things that we know about the world is not true. Each one of these books slaps. Like, I love them so much, and to be able to get all 3 of them on audiobook is just absolutely perfect. You need to have this on your TBR if you have not read them. Next one is This Could Be Us. And actually, This Could Be Us is the first one that I read in the Skyland series. I really enjoyed it. It's a contemporary romance series. This one has a character who kind of is superb, kind of all around mother, and then she finds out that her husband, I don't really know, like disaster strikes and she finds out a lot of things about her husband, and it's about her trying to rediscover herself. If you love that, definitely check it out, or if you love the Skyland series. This is actually my second favorite of the trilogy. I haven't read the third one yet, but I really liked the first one, but this was the first one that I read. The next one is The Poppy War, which, if you've been following me for a while, you will know that I love The Poppy War so much. So please read this if you haven't, but definitely check out the trigger warnings because this one is really intense. In the depiction of the violence, the cruelty, and the gore, I feel like Babel doesn't really go as, I mean, it's about the violent systemic oppression of elitism at universities, but like the Poppy War is also about war, and so if you're that kind of violence is what you'll find there. So definitely read the trigger warnings before you read that one. Obviously, I love it so much, so just read it. Piranesi is also on sale. I recently have been thinking a lot about this book because I've been preparing for Catabasis, and Piranesi is probably my favorite one of Susanna Clarke. I have not finished Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. I know I keep talking about on the internet that I'm having trouble, and I am, and I have not finished. But Piranesi I thought was really unique and interesting. It's only 6 hours and 58 minutes, so have to recommend that one, especially if you haven't read it. Next one is Can't Spell Treason Without T by Rebecca Thorne. I will leave a panel I've done with Rebecca below as well. I need to read and catch up on A Pirate's Life for Tea and Tea at the Altar, and also An Alchemy for Tea. I need to catch up on this series, but I really enjoyed this cozy fantasy vibe to it. I enjoyed that Rebecca does a great job at balancing those two. I think sometimes with cozy fantasy, you can see that, cozy versus, you can just see different balances, but Can't Spell Treason Without Tea nails it. Also, Before the Coffee Gets Cold is on sale, so if you've been thinking about checking out this sort of vignette style series, you can pick this one up. This one, for me, with vignettes, I think it's hard because there's always characters or perspectives you will like more. And for Before the Coffee Gets Cold, with these kind of specialized character vignettes, you can kind of fall into one that you don't care as much about. So for me, that was pretty difficult. But in general, I recommend this, and also the hype around this. So obviously, if you've been wanting to check it out. Bull Moon Rising is also on sale. And like, I read it and I tried to explain it to a friend who doesn't really read fantasy romance, and it just felt so unhinged for me to do that. But anyway, it's like, okay, what I really enjoyed for this one is about the archaeology. Is it archaeology? Yeah, they're kind of like archaeologists who are looking for magical artifacts. And in this case, both characters are really discriminated against. One, because he is a bull, and the other because she's a woman. So if you like underdogs times 2, this is for you. There's also, it's spicy. There's also that, if you've ever been wondering about minotaurs, check it out. There's going to be a sequel, and these are just fun. Like, they're just fun. I don't love, yeah, okay, I'm not going to talk about it not much because this is not the place for it, but I'm just going to mention that. Divine Rivals is also on sale. I really have loved Divine Rivals so much. It is just this beautiful book about love, and it's a historical fiction / fantasy vibe to it. I love magical typewriters, so this was just a win for me on many accounts. I haven't read Ruthless Vows, but it is on my TBR, and I just love how Divine Rivals sets you up so beautifully for Ruthless Vows. Talk about a cliffhanger which will utterly gut you. Just saying. The next is The Prospects, which is a sports romance. If you know me in real life, you'll know that no. The Prospects had me asking my family multiple sports questions, and I didn't hate it. So take that take that as you will for how much I enjoy The Prospects. It's about these 2 baseball players. And so yeah, I just really loved it. Like, I'm not a baseball person, but I read The Prospects and another like baseball one where the cover is blue. I will leave it here-ish on the screen for you. But I read both of those, both sports kind of things. Did not expect to like them both so much, but I loved them. So if you feel that way, sort of like me, then just, take this as your sign to read it, even though you're not sure. Next is Milk Fed. I have a copy of Milk Fed. It's read by the author though, so I'm so tempted. Also, the price is so good. I've seen this everywhere. The cover is super striking while also being simple. I'm really intrigued by it. I love when it's read by the author, so it's in my cart, but like I don't really know. I also know nothing about Milk Fed, so I'm sorry I can give you absolutely no details. But if you've been around the internet for around the time this was released, you will have seen this all over the place. So it's on my TBR and in my cart. Next one is Kiss Her Once for Me. I really loved this author's first book, The Charm Offensive, I think. And so Kiss Her Once for Me is fabulous. It's read by Natalie Naudus, who is an auto-buy narrator. And Kiss Her Once for Me is just this really cute holiday romance. I'm normally not a holiday romance person. I'm sorry. I'm just normally not. But Kiss Her Once for Me was so cute. I also love the combination of tropes. We have not only a fake arrangement, fake dating thing, which was not really ever going to work, but then we also have like a be my fake date, fake fiance, and meet my family. So if you really love that kind of chaotic mixture, this is for you. The Village Library Demon Hunting Society is also on sale, and this was so fun. If you really loved or grew up watching maybe Murder, She Wrote with your parents or anyone in your life, and you kind of like this really small town mystery vibe, these people who are like sorting this stuff out. Also, if you like a little bit of wry perspective, you like a companion, an animal companion who I think can talk, you like librarians, then you should read this one. This is just really fun. It felt to me a little bit like cozy fantasy mystery, if that was ever a thing. And overall, it's just really fun and wry. And basically, if you're like one of those people who you see all these crimes happening in a small town and you're just like, why? Why are these things all happening? What is so like different about this small town? What's going on? This is kind of for you. And it's really, really fun. It's definitely a combination of kind of a supernatural Murder, She Wrote vibe. So that's why I had to recommend that one. The Art of Catching Feelings is on sale. I have not read this. I actually pre-ordered a copy, but I haven't read this, so it's in my cart. Alicia Thompson is an auto-buy author I loved, with Love from Cold World, and I love Love in the Time of Serial Killers. So The Art of Catching Feelings is really intriguing to me. The cover has a professional baseballer, is that a thing? Professional baseball player and a heckler. That's kind of like the main pairing. And I would definitely be the heckler, so this is 100% on my TBR. The next one is We'll Prescribe You Cat, which I was sent and I like haven't read. I feel so ashamed by that. But I just like cozy translated agent fiction cover bingo. This is it. Cat in the title, cat on the cover, pastel colors. Like this is just everything you might be expecting. This I think is a translated book. And basically it's this idea that you're prescribed a cat. This might be the way that I read it, so it's in my cart, but you know, just wanted to mention that. And then finally, the last is I'm going to talk about Dark Olympus series. I mention this every Librofm sale, but Neon Gods, Electric Idol, and Wicked Beauty are on sale. These are the first 3 in the series as well. So I'm mentioning it because this is a great way to get into the series if you want to. I think I've actually only read these 3 at the moment as well. Also, as I said, Katie Roberts' Neon God series or Dark Olympus series, pretty much always one of them is going to be on sale for Librofm Sales of the Month, which I will leave a link down below to that. So this is a pretty good bet. If you want to get a couple of them, see what it's like, and then read them so that for next month, maybe one of them will be on sale, this is for you. So yeah, that brings me to the end of this video. I'm sorry everything was so chaotic. I'm sure that you're all really, really happy that this Librofm video is super short. But yeah, I hope you have a really great rest of your reading day, week, month, and year. Tell me what you're listening to below. I'm still listening to Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, but I honestly, I like my goal for April is to be finished with that, and so I can move on with my life and just get going with my life. So I will see you in the next one. Bye.